Hi guys, it's Doug Grindle here. Just want to check in about the strategy, Module 7. Again, I'm following political groups in Massachusetts, more on the Republican side, though if there's something good in the Democratic side, probably mention that too. People in the community are, they're interested in politics, especially in the Republican side. The Republicans are split in two. There's the Tea Party people and the mainstream people, and the social issues are a reasonably large difference, not entirely, but to a certain extent. But the Tea Party, as you know, is a little bit more interested in pushing a strictly conservative agenda. The Democrats also are split, however. The traditional Democrats are more perhaps like Reagan Republicans almost. And while as opposed to the more progressive, liberal sort of Obama Democrats who are really, self-identify in that way. So good for them. The Clinton people, perhaps in the old Union political types, might be the old sort of Democrat. So this community really spans a whole bunch of different groups, but and they're all talking on various places. So they use social media to exchange ideas, promote their ideas, and also road test the ideas. So I mean by road test is they might see if anyone takes it up, and if it's a good idea, in the sense that, oh, I hope someone will sort of take this idea and run. And we've seen that sort of happen with a couple of issues. There's a gas tax increase in Massachusetts, which the Democratic legislature passed, which would make the gas tax rise automatically. And this is something which the opposition to that garnered 100,000 signatures. So other hot button issues are Obamacare, and there's been some scandals with the way some of the agencies have been operating, and political opponent comments are always a huge sort of thing. And you can see, there's some sort of one of the groups there on Twitter is a Twitter hashtag of Mass Poly, and you can sort of see what people are talking about. For instance, like something about Obama and something about Democrats in general. This is for some, this has more the Republican in this sort of like screenshot here on the right has more sort of Republican stuff, as well as simply routine updates. For instance, down here at the bottom is a typical entry which has St. Patrick's Day and has like Dropkick Murphys, which is one of the local, well, regional, pretty big band, Irish punk, why not? And anyway, that they were playing today. So there's many sort of types of people on there. Some of the major personalities might be like Charlie Baker, candidates, Martha Coakley. The critics obviously would be like Red Mask Group. And what does Red Mask Group? It's sort of like it's like this. It's sort of a website which goes into what's the news of the day. So, like Rand Paul, straw poll in Nashville, New Hampshire, and things like that. So, anyway. So, and then you have like, but the joiners, people are sort of like, we're just contributing and sort of like are moving along. Then they use those Twitter hashtag groups such as that Mass Poly one. But also, what is not reflected online is that there's a heck of a lot of offline meetings at the same time. Then there's basic, chit chat on Facebook and Twitter and all sorts of ways. So, looking at the objectives here, the objectives really I choosed out was talking in terms of, coming up with new ideas and posting regularly, supporting other people's ideas, perhaps by reposting, by expanding or following up on specific ideas, and embracing in the sense of like trying to get people on board with some of these unusual ideas, which hopefully as an experiment we'll try and develop and just see what happens. So that would trying to get people on board and perhaps in reposting or engaging or sort of following up on the idea. So to do this, we'll sort of identify some of the useful trends and information, saw that in the previous slide, disseminate to key nodes and try and get more visibility for this sort of stuff, and then get some support and visibility for these ideas. Now, some topics which have been pretty big lately has been state aid, which is assistance for towns. Many towns have up to a quarter of their budgets coming from the state. The environment's always a big one. Economic recovery ideas, how to get the economy moving, and things like that. So those are typical topics which we'll sort of look into. So the strategy on this, so for the talking would be I do identify key nodes and ideas and post new ideas that build on this conversation. So, and then that would obviously build on itself over time. Supporting would be follow keynotes, find and identify keynotes again, research their ideas in the sense that you're adding to them, and post expanded ideas that add value. And again, looking forward to finding new channels for that to go out as well. Um, and obviously supporting this would help other people's ideas move along, expand, get bigger, get better in every way. So and embracing, obviously embracing would be that where they embrace other people who might embrace some of these ideas. So as an experiment, we'll just throw some out there and see if we gain some traction for them. So identify some key messages, and see if we can get some keynotes to pick them up or perhaps look at them and disseminate those messages along multiple social media channels, aiming to spur conversation or visibility. And then as an ongoing process, a more interaction that grows, and so that we actually grow more opportunities to gain influence over time. So I would boil that sort of down to a mission statement, which is to identify and develop key information sources. Well, you can see it there on your screen, and disseminate these messages along multiple social media channels, aiming to spur conversation or visibility among key nodes. Though it's not just keynotes, it's sort of like anyone who cares to look and listen. So anyway, that's my strategy. That's the community, and have a nice evening.